This is an Elvis A to Z production. Help Cam rebuild his life after losing everything to a fire. Thank you to all for your donations, none too small. Put those damn headphones on.
So hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your daddy's bound to die. But all my trials will soon be over.
All right, guys. Hey, it's Rick from Elvis-A-Z. And I have Cam, my brother from another mother. I say, hello, Cam. All right, this is take 47 of this. We have done 46 failures, it seems like.
Yeah.
It's actually day 365 that we've been working on this program. So
Yeah.
we're hoping we get it done right today and record ourselves. So we're excited about this. This is actually a special edition of Inside the Studio. And we're calling it On Stage with Elvis, courtesy of Inside the Studio. Dum, dum, dum.
Just truth be told, guys, the reactions that you're gonna see, they're not original, spontaneous reactions. Because we did do this last week, but due to a few technical difficulties, we had to do it again. But I'm sure the opinions that will be shared will be of a genuine nature, but the reactions will not be. They are rehearsed.
They won't be first-time reactions.
No.
We're being honest about that. It's not first-time reactions. But it's still going to be, we might hear things different this time. So what I'm doing is like I did with the Sunset Boulevard box set that came out, 3-4 months ago? And where I broke them down in this format where I got the waveforms and I took out Elvis's voice and I had the background music and Elvis's voice, and we would compare them to the original and all that. So it was a lot of fun with that. So that's what we're doing with this. But this is the first time I've done it really in a comparison with live versions. So what we're doing is we're taking 3 American Trilogy versions, the best recorded ones that I have right now. And if anybody has any others out there that they think would be a good comparison to, let me know. Maybe we'll throw it in there on a later day and compare it to the winner. So what I'm doing is I'm comparing American Trilogy from Madison Square Gardens, from Aloha from Hawaii, and from Elvis on Tour. So the first thing I'm going to do now, I've synced everything up as good as best as I can without having to really manipulate a lot of files. So when we go from one song to the other, we will you'll hear maybe just a slide out of sync on it, but it's the same spot. You'll get the drift. So, well, I think we'll just start it off. We're gonna kick it right off with just the background music, no Elvis. We're gonna play it for a little bit. We're not gonna do it all the way through, but or we might. Let's just do it all the way through. Let's see what it is. All right, so you guys ready? I am ready, and here we go. Madison Square Gardens, American Trilogy, sans Elvis. Going to American on Tour. To Aloha.
Wow, what a difference.
I noticed it even more today than I did last week.
Yeah.
Aloha. I'm going back to Madison.
Too much trouble.
Yeah. On tour.
Not enough mud.
Yeah. Okay, get ready. We're going back to Aloha. Aloha. Madison. On tour. Madison. On tour. Aloha. Madison. On tour. Aloha. Really some significant differences in my ear between,
Yeah.
you know.
And it's almost, sometimes I don't quite know how to deal with it because whenever I listen to music, I always listen to it from the perspective of a producer or an
Yeah.
engineer. And it's sometimes I think it's a blessing, but other times I think it's a curse too, in terms of you look at things too critically.
Right.
You don't just hear the music for the music and appreciate the music as the music is there, because like on those two, especially like the significant differences for me between Madison Square Garden and on tour is the Square Garden performance. It's almost like they only had bass and treble with no mid-range spectrum.
Right.
And the on tour was exactly the opposite. No bass and treble, but the mid-range
Yeah.
spectrum was too high.
I
So-
agree. I'm the same. I thought there was too much treble on Madison Square Gardens, and it was tinny, like you said at the beginning. Well, that was because of the setting, but yeah, it just had that. Yeah, just too much treble for me. I like treble, but I don't like it where it's only treble. I want that mid range and that bass in there too, like we wind up with Aloha from Hawaii.
Yeah, because when there's too much treble, for me, it comes through like you sitting with a foil wrapper. It's like when there's too much treble for me, it sounds like somebody sitting with a foil wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I hear. And then my auditory sense almost becomes overstimulated.
Right.
My brain can't process it fast enough.
Right.
Then it actually becomes an irritation. Then it becomes painful to listen to.
Yeah, I never really thought the quality of the original recording from Madison Garden was anything that compared to anything after that. It was a rush job getting that album out,
Yeah.
And I don't think they did the greatest job on the mixing of it. But it was the first. It was our introduction to American Trilogy, though. Live performance. I don't know of anything he didn't release or anything before Madison Square Gardens. I know he played it. No. He played it, but yeah. Anyway, I'm with you, Ron, on that one. Dead on, right on there. Obviously, the production level of Aloha is going to far exceed each other too, and I think this is more of an exercise with this, but it's really interesting so everybody can really hear the differences about what you and I hear. So let's go to the vocals now. All right, so we're going to start off with Madison Square Gardens, and we're going to... Where's my mouse? Give me my freaking mouse. Way over. Dancing all over the place. All right, so here we go. This is vocals only, Madison Square Gardens. I'm just going to start off with a little bit. Why isn't that playing? Okay, it's got that intro first.
Oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away. What? Look away. Dixieland.
On tour.
Sing it, fellas.
Oh, I wish I was in Dixie.
Too much echo.
In Dixieland, I'll take my stand to live and die in Dixie.
Aloha.
For Dixieland, I was born early, Lord, one frosty morn. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland.
Back to Madison.
Much better.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
On tour.
Hallelujah. Take it, baby.
Just too much echo on there.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Aloha.
Hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
All right, I'll flip it one more cycle, and then we'll finish it off with Trilogy. Here's Madison.
Baby, don't you cry. You know your daddy bound to die.
On tour.
But all trials, Lord.
Aloha.
All my trials, Lord, soon be over.
All right, so we're getting ready to come up on the rest of our vocals. Here's Madison Square Gardens.
Glory, glory, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Take it out with Aloha.
Hallelujah. His truth is marching. Oh, His truth is marching.
I love that at the end. That was Elvis, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you know, funny looking at it now. You look at the three waveforms.
Yeah.
You can exactly see, in theory, what we said earlier. You
Yeah.
can see when there's not enough meat on the bones, and when there's too much.
Yeah. See, like, look at Madison Square Gardens. Look at here. Let me put them in. Let me add them just for color. I got to take it back out. So yeah. So Madison Square Gardens, which is the blue one, like you said, it's just there's no bass, there's no depth. So that one, because I've got the volumes all set basically at the same thing. See, right past the half mark. So, and I try to get the decibel levels the same. So you got very thin on everything.
Yeah.
And then it strengthens up, and it's like you said, it's the opposite way around. It's more depth than it is treble and high notes, and that's quite so. And then you've got Aloha, which is it's almost like a perfect waveform all the way through.
Yeah.
No, you're right. All right, let me get those muted.
But then again, it goes to show too that the recording process is just as important as the mixing process too.
Oh yeah,
because you can have the best recording setup possible, and you can lose it all in the mix.
Yep.
Then it don't help you none either.
And I just want to note too that this analysis is analysis of the production, the music, and all that, and just a comparison. There's I have nothing here to complain about with Elvis's voice or the band itself. You know, this is a production, more of a production evaluation. Critique. All right, so now let's just do a comparison side by side of all three, full blast all the way to go. You have anything else on those parts yet, Cam? You ready?
No, yeah, like it's not by any means a critique on Elvis or the band at all. This is our opinion on what our learned friend on his skill.
We're going to kick it off with American Trilogy from Madison Square Gardens. I think. There we go. Should be all the way to the end. See, it doesn't sound so bad when it's all together.
Oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton.
The waveforms.
Old times there are not forgotten. Look away.
But I have to back out the volume a little on my side.
Look away. Dixieland. Sing it, fella. You on your own, man.
All right, on tour. Madison, you can hear
too much of it.
Let's go to Aloha.
For Dixieland I was born, Dixieland.
Madison Square Garden.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory,
On tour.
hallelujah. Take it, baby. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Aloha.
His truth is
Madison Square Garden.
so hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Really hear the audience in that.
Bound to die.
What's that?
I say on the Madison Square Garden,
Yeah.
the audience mics are too loud, and
yeah.
folks, they did put microphones in the audience
Yeah.
when they were recording live.
Yeah. On tour.
When all my trials, Lord,
Aloha.
my trials, Lord, soon.
Still the best mix out of the three, but there's still room for improvement,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Because you got enough meat on it to bring out more.
Madison. On tour. And I'm going to play it out with Aloha.
Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. His truth is marching
Thank you. So what do you think?
Still, in my opinion, the best of the three.
Yeah.
And there's definitely there, although in my opinion, but this will always vary. There is room for more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
I'm not for
definitely-
sure. I think I got this off the Legacy set, which is pretty much the most recent one anyways. But yeah, I mean, you couldn't hear the flute as much on Aloha, but you can still hear it. I think it was, it's the best. It's the best version of American Trilogy I've heard of anywhere yet. You know, on production wise.
And I think also, to be fair, with regard to the Square Garden one, I think also from a sound engineer's perspective, it would have been difficult to get the levels absolutely 100% right because of the size of the building. And they would have been dealing with a lot of reverb and echo.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have the perspex separations up in front of the drums, for instance.
Yeah.
And when you're having to deal with those kind of things like reverb and echo, natural reverb and echo, it's very difficult to get precise levels.
Yeah.
Unless you literally listening to your levels coming into the board raw.
Right. Right.
And in those days, I don't think it was as common as it is today
Mm-hmm.
to have a direct feed into the board
Right.
to set your levels directly going into the board. You could only set your levels from what was coming out. So in that perspective, a pretty good effort though.
Yeah. No, I agree. You know, it's unless you're able to set up like they did at Aloha, where it was just a totally different scenario of how they did the recording. You know, when you're going from one city to another city to another city, you don't have time to set up like you did with Aloha. You know, and
No.
it's basically you know, the majority. I think that I wouldn't be surprised if they were only recording to a 4-track when they were doing soundboard. It may have been 8-track. That'd be interesting to know. Because basically they're just well, it probably was a little bit more because back then they were, I don't know if they ever released Madison in a quadraphonic release. They did Aloha from Hawaii. It was probably an 8-track. I would say probably an 8-track, have to be. Kind of giving that separation for the album. But you know, the Madison Square Garden isn't the greatest stereo production when you listen to it. Everything's pretty much almost mono. You can hear, and then when they've gone in and remastered it, then you know they've made that separation better. But it's still, you know, the excitement of listening to it is great because you hear fans screaming. That's why I like the Memphis Live one album, because it was, you know, the audience was really into it.
And I think also, sorry, I think when you're having to record a band or a setup as large as Elvis's was, when you only have 8 tracks to deal with per channel, it's very difficult to prioritize.
Yeah. But I think it was a good song for us to start this off. If it goes over well, we'll pick another song and do it, you know, something where it might be a little bit closer on, you know, which one is right, you know, which one is, you know, we like the best. Then that's all this is. This is just our opinion on what we like. It's our taste. Other people might like the other versions, and that's perfectly fine. I have no,
Yeah.
I don't want to say issue. I have no, I don't, I respect everybody's opinion is what I'm looking for. So, you know, this was a long time coming. Is the time clock finally running out on sand trying to get this thing done?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally next month. It would have been a full year.
What our issue was, back we tried it with Zoom at one time, we couldn't get it done until they finally did some upgrades and made it where we could do it, especially for music, you know, because the quality comes through great from what I did last week. It's just not that anybody want to see my face, but all you see is Cam's face and hear my voice. It would have been an interesting thing. So anyway, so if you guys are watching this during the premiere, thank you, and stay tuned for our 3:00 watch party today. And then hopefully you all listen to Cam and Rick on the radio, Blue Moon Radio, 10:00 Eastern Standard Time.
Those are always a blast. And you know, with the upgraded sound, can you imagine how cool the radio show's gonna sound now?
Yeah. All right, man. Hey, this was fun. You guys hang for us on Coffee Day too on Sundays at 1:00. We've been doing that for well over a year, and more stuff coming.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Zoom, our Zoom movies on Tuesdays.
We've come damn far in a year. You know, I realized that today.
Yeah.
We've covered some serious ground in the last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what's exciting about it all. Just seeing all the trying out different things, and if it doesn't work, you know, forget it. You know, we'll just move on. But you know, what's it all about? You know,
But we wouldn't be doing it if it weren't for these people listening
No.
to us and encouraging us and supporting us. So
Yeah, thank you everybody, and thank you everybody for the
Thank you
support
to you
on my other
guys.
channel too. I really appreciate that. But here we go. Inside the studio, on stage with Elvis, special edition, December 13th. I had to look at the calendar.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a good one. I'm going to end the recording right now.
Bye, guys.